Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Dr. V's Motivational Monday, a video series on self-regulation and effective learning strategies where our goal is to learn how to learn. Because after all, guys, learning, it should be fun. And one of the things that you're going to be asked to do that's going to help you demonstrate your learning throughout your career is going to be to speak extemporaneously. Now, this word is big, it's scary, and so one of the things that's really going to help to help you with this is to think about this word in its synonym, to speak conversationally. You're just trying to speak to your audience in a way that demonstrates your engagement with them. Extemporaneous speaking is not about perfection. It's about familiarization. Okay? What's really going to help with extemporaneous speaking is understanding you don't have to be flawless. The best thing you can do is familiarize yourself with the process and trust that the more you do it, the better it will get, right? I was not a good extemporaneous speaker the first time I did it. I cried afterward because it was scary, but I did it a second time and a third time and a fourth time. And by the end of that year's season, I placed at the state tournament because you get better at it the more you do it. And so one thing I want to talk about in this video are some tips that will help you speak conversationally, such as practicing regularly. But I also want to give you 2 strategies to employ this in your communication. So obviously practicing anything is going to help you get better at it. It's like a sport. It's a musical instrument. Speaking is a skill that can get better, right? If you put the time in to learn how to do it, you're going to get better at it. You adjust eventually to the challenge and you discover your method to speaking conversationally. You can also focus on the basics. Remember that having a clear structure is going to be key to successfully speaking conversationally. This is why we teach the golden rule. Tell me what you're going to tell me. Tell me what you told me. Really making sure we focus on those basics is going to help us speak conversationally because we'll be able to keep track of what we're saying. The next thing you can do is fail. Remember, to fail is just a first attempt in learning. You need to allow the mistakes to happen when you're learning how to speak conversationally. Rather than scripting it out and reading it to us and staying behind that paper, say just do it. Just tell yourself it's okay to say because what you're going to do in the process is you're going to understand not only where you can work, but what you're already getting right. Okay, there's a lot of things that happen that you're doing successfully. We want to pay attention to that as well. Last, you can embrace the moment. Focus on your message and connecting with the audience. Your job as a communicator is to get that message to us in a way that we will understand. If I simply read this PowerPoint out loud to you, you might not understand what I'm saying. But by embracing the moment, by filling it with examples and stories, I'm better able to help you connect with it. So let's talk about 2 ways you can do this. You can form a keyword outline, which is going to be best for organized thinkers. These are going to be people who want structure without scripting. How you do this is you use short phrases and key terms only. You forbid any full sentences or paragraphs. Even if that means, breaking every English rule in the book. You do not use full sentences because that becomes a crutch. You also want to make sure you organize it in that golden rule format, intro, body. This talks about having examples, right? So if you make a point, illustrate the point with an example and your conclusion. And then you need to highlight those main ideas and the supporting details. You can't tell us everything, so just keep the highlights in your outline. This allows you to keep yourself focused on your big ideas, not your wording, and it really promotes flexibility. The second option is something known as a mind map. A mind map is going to be best for visual learners. These are going to be the creative thinkers who want to come in and draw and doodle. If you've ever seen people doodle their notes, that's essentially what a mind map is. You start with your main idea, right? Maybe in the middle, and then you create branches for your main points. When I made my mind maps, I grabbed a manila folder. The front of it was my introduction. The middle was my body, starting in the middle and then kind of working my way into my main points. And then the back side of it was my conclusion. I can use all kinds of memory anchors like images and icons and emojis that spark my memory. All I have to do is remember what it is I want to say. I don't need to write it down word for word. This is going to encourage storytelling and connections between ideas, and it allows things to flow more naturally. Because remember, ultimately, extemporaneous speaking is not about being flawless. It's about familiarizing yourself with the process and trusting that when you find your way to do it and you practice it, you will get better at it. This has been everything for Dr. V's Motivational Monday. If you'd like a say in the videos produced on this channel, go ahead and scan this QR code. If not, stay tuned or subscribe for future videos. Take care, everybody.